Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorena Aguirre and I post here on my YouTube channel every Monday and Saturday. So if you guys are into anything nails, please be sure to subscribe because we do have so much content, so many reviews, and so many comparison videos and nail hacks. So make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Alright you guys, so we are going to be showing you guys these two drills right here. Look how beautiful both of them are. This one is Kiara Sky and this one is from Kupa Mani Pro Passport, and this one I've had for a little over 5 years, and then this one is something that I had actually recently purchased. You guys will see that I ended up actually getting it probably like about a month ago, so I've been using it for some time now, and I have used it enough to finally be able to give my basically my impressions on it, what I think, what I like. And so let's go ahead and compare. So first off, I do want to tell you guys a little backstory on this one, is that I did have it for about the 5 years. When I did first get it, it ended up actually going out like probably like the first month or so that I did have it, but I did end up going to Kupa and they ended up actually repairing my drill for me. I did it as a walk-in. They did it same day. I was able to get it fixed and repaired, and everything's been good ever since. So that's been basically 5 years because it did happen right away when I did end up having it, and they fixed it. And I feel like customer service was amazing. I feel like I had nothing but great things to say. Even while I went to go get my drill fixed, they did end up actually having a little area where you guys could shop retail, so I thought that was really cool. And they even have some of their drills on display, so you're able to see a lot of the different colors that they have and you're able to touch and feel them. So I do love that. But I felt like it was great. Now after having it for a while, I do feel like from the cord being bent all over the place, a lot of things that you guys will know is that when a lot of bends happen in the cord, a lot of times a short will happen, and that is normal with any product. It is just like a wear and tear thing. So that is something that had happened with this one. It is still working, but certain ways that I do turn it, it does end up shorting out. But it still works. I do need to get it repaired, and that's something that I do want to talk to you guys about as well. If you guys did have problems with it and say you guys don't have it under warranty, you guys are actually able to get it repaired, and it is only $100. But if you're only having problems with just the handpiece, they only charge $59.95 I think in order to get it repaired. So I think that is great, because a lot of times with the drills, it might only be the handpiece, it might only be the actual block. But if you did want to make sure that both of them are in tip-top shape and you don't have to worry about either of them, I definitely recommend paying the $100 and just getting it over with. You do have free shipping back to you if you are in the US, but if you are out of the US, it is $15. But let's go ahead and show you guys. I do want to compare these with Kiara Sky. I don't know if they do offer the same plan as this one. If you did end up, or it's not a plan, but if you wanted to get it repaired, I don't know if Kiara Sky offers the same thing, but their knobs and everything are pretty much the same. The core, I do feel like the handpiece on this one, it is lighter than the Kiara Sky one, and this one, it is more on the heavier side. But these are the knobs. It does have that switch that goes back and forth if you want to do forward or reverse. I do feel like this, it kind of comes out a little bit more or easier. So there's been times where I've been working and it's actually just fallen out. It doesn't seem like it's that easy to fall out, but I mean, I don't know, I guess it's like if you wiggle it, you guys could see like it ends up coming out really easily, but if you just pull it, it doesn't come out as easily, if that makes any sense. But so I think sometimes from like drilling and moving the cord back and forth, it ends up just kind of wiggling its way out. But something that I do love about this one is that when you turn it on, it has the light right here. I think that looks so beautiful. It looks so elegant. My clients really do love the way this looks. And I do feel like the screen right here, I love this. I love that it has the monitor, because I love being able to see how much charge is on there and knowing if it's going to be dying. With Kupa, with this one, when it does die, I do feel like it kind of hits me out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh shoot, I have to plug it in, and it ends up leading me to plug it in while I'm using it, and that is not something that you're technically even supposed to be doing. You are supposed to just put it on the drill or put it on the charger and leave it on the charger and leave it alone. You're not supposed to have it on, but it makes me have to end up working that way because I don't end up having the knowledge of when it is going to die. And so yeah, and so I do want to go over the hand pieces. I do feel like they are both very, very sleek and beautiful. This one, the hand piece right here, it's a little bit skinnier, but it is chubbier at the top, so it kind of lays perfect right here. I feel like both of them are very comfortable. Same thing right here. They both have the locking chuck, which I do like that. I had a drill that it didn't have the locking chuck, and if you guys don't know what a locking chuck is basically you put your bit in, and let me actually get a bit to show you guys. By the way, this is my favorite bit right now, so if you guys don't know what this one is, this is a cuticle bit, definitely recommend. But anyways, with this drill, basically with a locking chuck, it allows it, when it's open, you could take it in and out, but when it's locked, it's in there. It's not going nowhere. It's really, really strong. Something else that I do want to show you guys on the boxes is that if you guys don't like the side that this is actually on, you could actually move it over to this side as well. And another thing is with Kiara Sky, if you don't want your handpiece on your drill and you want it to actually lay in something, Kiara Sky actually does have a little thing like where you're able to get it to hold your handpiece in it. And this is what it looks like. And your handpiece would just sit in it just like that. And you won't have to worry about it falling or nothing like that. Unless the wire is hit, then it would just fall straight back. I do feel like it's more secure in the little holster that it does have on its side, because you guys could see even if it's down like this, it's not going to go nowhere. And then they both do have the clips on the back. This one is a plastic clip, and you could clip it onto your apron. So if you do pedicures and you don't want to carry your drill around, you just want to make sure it's on your apron and you want to turn it on and off. Both of these go good right here. And this one, it does have a metal clip on the back and it is screwed on the back. But yeah, you guys, pretty much even for the little bottom, that is the little port where you end up recharging them. And I do feel like they stay charged for a very long time. I haven't had a problem with them not keeping a charge. Something that I do want to mention with this one goes up to 35,000 RPMs, and then this one goes up to 30,000 RPMs. So this one's 5,000 RPMs less than this one right here. And as far as vibration, I'm gonna go ahead and turn them on for you guys. So this is the Kupa one. That's how loud that one is. And this is the Kiara Sky one. This one's on full blast as well. But as far as vibration, honestly, I feel like the vibration is pretty equal on them. I don't feel like the vibration's anything crazy, which the reason why vibration is so important when you guys are looking for drills is because too much of it could cause problems in your wrist, and you don't want that. So that is something important to know. So if you guys could find the least amount of vibration, I feel like that is very, very, very important. The charging, it does take about 2 hours to fully charge both of them. With this one, when you do turn it on, it does have a light that indicates it's on. And it doesn't really have an indication, or I've never seen an indication of when it's going dead. So I wish it had like at least a yellow to red light when it starts to going or starts to die. So it actually tells you when it has that. I don't know. Let me know if you guys know how to distinguish if this is going dead, because honestly, it's like usually I'll be working with it and then it ends up just kind of dying out. And yeah, so that's like kind of the only downfall on this one, is it doesn't have that monitor to tell you what is going on. Okay, and then this one, it does come with a little stand. The stand, it comes like this, and you're able to put, there's a little hole on this, and it allows this to go inside of there. It doesn't snap in, it just rests on top. And this is what it looks like. And it has silicone rubber things down at the bottom, so it makes sure that it is not slipping. And then this one is like an actual heavy silicone base, or it's not super heavy, like it has like a good weight to it. But this one is nice because it goes on there perfect, and it looks so sleek when it's on there. It just looks like a whole unit in itself, and I do really enjoy that. And it has the little Kiara Sky logo imprinted right here. It is acetone resistant. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but I do want to touch base on that again. But acetone resistant is very important, especially if you guys are going to be investing a lot of money into your products, because a lot of times, especially with nail products, the chemicals are really harsh, where they might cure on it, they might end up doing all this crazy stuff on it, and you want to be able to wipe it down and make sure everything stays looking good as new, and that you are not going to have any problems with that. And so with that being said, I've had lights in the past that they were not acetone resistant, and when I took a cotton pad to it and tried to like wipe it down, the cotton actually stuck to it, and there was no way I could get it off without, like, I ended up having to buff it. And so with buffing it, it ended up making scratches, and it was just a whole mess. Again, the Kupa, I do feel like the handpiece on there is a lot lighter. The handpiece that I do have for the Kupa Mani Pro Passport, it is the 55 one. I know they have a 60 one, but the one that I got was a 55, just because I love the way it looked. It looked sleek, it looked comfortable, and yeah, so that's the reason why I got it. The color options in Kupa, I do feel like they have a lot more color options, but I do feel like Kiara Sky, they are going to eventually have a lot more, because they just did end up coming out with their unicorn one. But as you guys all know, is that with getting those fancier colors and things like that, the cost of the drill is actually more than if you guys were to get like the typical white or black or whatever. Some colors, they do end up just costing more, because the effects that they have are, it's hard to actually achieve those looks. And the warranty on both of them, they are 1 year. But with Kupa, you are actually able to get the fixes on there for $100. So when you guys are paying a lot of money for the drill, I do feel like something like that is really nice to offer to clientele, because especially with, or not to clientele, but to nail techs, because you don't end up wanting to get a drill and then like a couple months like it end up going out, or not having any other options besides paying another like $300 for another drill. I do feel like the Kiara Sky, I do feel like it is quieter than the other one that I do have, but keep in mind, I do feel like drills over time, I do feel like they end up getting a little bit louder, especially if there is things like inside of the motor, or if it needs to be cleaned out. And I think that might be the case with my Mani Pro Passport. So unfortunately, I don't feel like I was able to give you the best comparison as far as that part, because of the fact that I've had that one for so long. I feel like if it was brand new, I would be able to show you guys dead on how they sound. But eventually I do want to get mine repaired, and once I get it repaired, I do want to show you guys in basically what ends up going on, because the whole reason why I got the Kiara Sky one was, one, because I wanted to try and review it for you guys, because there is actually no reviews out there right now where they show Beyond Pro Kiara Sky drill and Mani Pro Passport drill. Battery life, I do feel like the battery life on our Kiara Sky, the battery life is 10 hours, and then for Mani Pro Passport is 8 to 10 hours. I think it just really depends on if you're working on it with a high setting, then that is more when you are going to have it for the 8 hours, and then after, if you are using like the like the lesser RPMs, you are going to be able to make it to that 10 hours. Okay, so you guys, now let's go ahead and talk price. You guys might already know the price because you guys have been looking into getting these drills for some time now. But for the price for the Mani Pro Passport, it is $435. All right, you guys, for the Kiara Sky drill, it is $349.99. But if you guys are wanting to get that unicorn one, which is super, super pretty, that is $370. All right, you guys, so that basically sums it up for these products, but I want to give you guys my take on it and what I think. And yeah, so I do feel like, honestly, the 5,000 RPMs extra that you get on this, I love that it is stronger. But honestly, do I personally need it? I don't feel like I do. I don't even put this one on full blast. So, I mean, the RPMs being that crazy fast, I would never even get it up to that speed. So I mean, I guess that's something that is personal preference. If you guys feel like you guys need it that high, by all means get this one. But something that I do love about this one is the LED screen, being able to see how much is charged on it. That is something that is very important, especially if you are having a full clientele. I feel like it's important to know where your lifespan is at on your drill. And especially if you have no other option to end up using it on the connected to the power source. I didn't like having to do that because in the warranty, or basically it tells you not to do that because you'll end up messing up the battery. And that's what I ended up having to do because I wasn't able to tell when it was going to die. How strong this one is, I do feel like I was so used to this because it did not have that little bit of lag. But I do feel like a lot comfortable knowing that the lifespan of this one is going to be a lot better. Another thing is this, the cord is not something with this one, the cord is something that I'm not a big fan on. I never had the problem with the cord slipping like how this one did. So the cord is just something that I'm not real big on. And I wish that this one, it showed you how many RPMs you are using, because I do feel like, and when you are doing nail tutorials, or if you are just a beginner nail tech and you're trying to figure out how many RPMs but you don't really know, I feel like this one, it shows you how many RPMs you are going, and this one it doesn't. This one, honestly, how I would figure out how fast it was going is I would turn it on and I would listen to it, and if I felt like it needed to be higher, and it's almost like I got an ear for the sound of this one. So that's how I was able to figure out how fast I needed to be for my clients. And once you hear the sound, you're able to kind of more or less be able to distinguish. But a beginner nail tech, I do feel like this one will be a little bit easier for you, especially because I know some nail techs in their YouTube videos, they do tell you how many RPMs you should go and not go past. So this kind of like helps narrow it down. I do really enjoy using both of these drill. I do love that this one, it does offer that you are able to go in store and get it repaired and have it shipped back to you. I feel like that is something really important, especially if you are spending that much money on a drill. And I love that you are able to actually just buy the handpiece if you needed, or just buy the box if needed. So that is something that I do love. I do feel like they really did a good job about working with their drills and being able to offer what their clientele needs. And with this one, I don't believe that they even sell the hand pieces separate. I think you would end up having to buy a whole new thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it. I do feel like, honestly, I really enjoy both of these brands. I feel like they did a really good job with both of them. Let me know down below which ones that you guys would like to have, and why you would pick one over the other. But yeah, you guys, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, I'll be back with more videos. Bye.